Hello and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Vicky and I create a lot of food content. I also do shopping hauls and recipe ideas, but this week I'm going to take you through what we eat typically as a family of 5, including myself, my husband and our 3 teenage sons. I do get sick of the same question night after night, what's for dinner, and I really do struggle to come up with ideas, so hopefully this will help some of you guys. Let's go and have a look at some of the things we've been eating recently. So I'm just starting tonight's dinner and I'm going to make some kind of jambalaya, not really a jambalaya, but basically a sausage rice. So I'm going to use some brown rice just because I prefer that. The texture of it is quite nutty and a bit firmer, but it does take longer to cook. So I'm going to use brown rice. I've got some of these Taste the Difference chorizo style sausages from Sainsbury's. I've got some edamame beans, a red onion, 2 sweet red pointed peppers and 2 carrots, 2 sticks of celery, a cube of garlic. Then I've got a beef stock cube and a vegetable stock cube, some smoked paprika and some tomato puree. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry off my sausages, like chop them up, fry those off with my onion and garlic, and then add in my peppers, carrots, peas, that kind of thing. Put all my seasonings together in a frying pan, get everything starting to cook and soften, get a little bit of colour on the sausages, and then I think I'm going to add everything into my pressure cooker along with the rice, add some liquid in, and I'll put the stock in there as well, and then just turn it on and see what happens. Hope for the best, because hopefully once I've fried everything it's nice just to be able to put it in there, turn it on, and then I can just leave it alone, and then hopefully that'll be it. If I'm going to add anything else, it'll be salt and pepper, and possibly some lime juice, maybe a little bit of fresh red chilli, but I tend to put that afterwards because not everyone's keen. But anyway, I'm going to get to frying this off. I'll show you as I go, and if I add anything else I'll let you know. So in here I've got 2 cups of rice. I use this big Disney mug that I put them in. I filled it up twice with the brown rice, and then I filled it up twice with boiling water. I don't usually use boiling in my pressure cooker, but I wanted to dissolve the stock cubes, which I've done. So this has got 2 stock cubes, 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. I'm going to add in probably 2 tablespoons or so of tomato puree and all of my bits out of the frying pan, so my sausage, all my vegetables and things. Then I'm going to put it on and I'm going to let it pressure cook on high for 6 minutes. White rice I would do 3, but brown rice takes twice as long to cook. So pop my bits in and then I'll show you. So taking into account heating up to pressure and then letting it cool afterwards, probably going to be 25 minutes to half an hour, and this should be done. And the liquid should have all been absorbed, so I will show you when we come back. You have to excuse the pig noise because the dogs are currently eating their dinner. But, if I can get the lid off, I will show you it served up. But there we go, the rice is all cooked hopefully, and all the sausage is like risen to the top. It smells really nice. So here it is served up. We were just saying that it needed something to contrast, and we were debating running up the garden to get some parsley or chives, but we can't be bothered. So this is what it looks like. It tastes really, really good. Really nice smoky flavour. It was so easy to do. There's little bits of the chorizo sausage running through it, edamame beans, all those bits you saw me put in. This has got lime juice over it, some piri like Nando sauce, and also crispy onions. And yeah, this is what we're having for dinner tonight. And there is loads and loads left over, which is always a win. So next up on this week's meal plan was a pork mince lasagna, and I just made this out of things I had in the cupboard. So for the sauce I actually used lightest Philadelphia, a tin of cream of chicken soup, some parmesan, and then some mustard powder, some black pepper. I generally just throw together whatever I've got in the cupboards and it turns out really well every time. I also used whole wheat pasta for this one, which made a nice change, but it didn't really adjust the flavour very much. Really love lasagna, and especially the leftovers. So it almost feels time for some more summery meals, and we're really loving salads and flatbreads and things like that at the moment. So I marinated some chicken thighs this evening in some tandoori seasoning, popped those in the air fryer. I had some sweet chilli beef koftas that I got in Sainsbury's reduced, and I just served these on the Warburton's naan breads. They're like little squares you can pop in the toaster. And then I just popped on some mayo, some red onion and some lettuce, served it with coleslaw and some McCain home-style chips. These are really good chips. I always get them on offer if I see them. They're second best to the skin-on fries, but this was a really nice dinner. So I'm just starting tonight's dinner, and I'm actually making a chicken drum fillet curry. So I've got like the Indie Grand sauces and blah blah blah. So I won't bore you with showing you the curry so much because I've made it on here so many times. I just add lots of bits to my chicken and then add the sauces in. But I had a cauliflower in the fridge that needed using up, and I also had some baby potatoes and one onion left in the cupboard. So what I've done is I've chopped them up and put them in a bowl, and then I've added some tandoori seasoning or tandoori masala, some garam masala, some lime juice and some chilli infused oil. So I just sort of drizzled this one over the top of them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to line my air fryer with foil, and then I'm going to put these in on, I think I'm going to put them on the chip setting just to start with. The potatoes are raw and so is the cauliflower, and then I'm just going to see what happens basically. I'm hoping for some kind of dry curried cauliflower and potato and onion mix, which is what I'm going to end up with, but I just thought I'd mix it through with some seasonings and just see, yeah, it might be a nice accompaniment to our curry and rice that we're doing. So hopefully it will turn out okay, but I will show you in a moment after I've air fried it. So it's quite full up, so what I've laid my foil down, I've sprayed some oil onto it, and I'm going to pop it in, like I said, on the chip setting, which is, I think it's 195 for 20 minutes. Because there's quite a big layer, I might have to do it for a little bit longer, but I'm going to take it out about halfway through, give it a good mix, and then pop it back in. And my mum is calling, so I'll be back. Okay, so this is what we are looking like after 20 minutes. I have just discovered I made a mistake. What I thought was garam masala actually turned out to be hot madras curry powder. It's not, it's in a pot that I've labelled myself. So I just assumed this was garam masala because I just turned it around that way, and I have garam masala in one of these pots. But no, it's actually hot madras curry powder, and I put a fair old bit on there. So what I've decided to do is I've browned off some of my chicken, and I'm going to mix this in with the curry, with the chicken and in with the sauces, and just make one big chicken, potato and cauliflower curry. Hopefully then it will be not quite so spicy. Otherwise I think this is probably going to blow your head off, and it's not really going to be what I was aiming for. So the onions, the potatoes, cauliflower are going to go in with the chicken. I'm going to add my sauces, and then hopefully we'll just have one massive curry. So I have these sauces, they're similar to the Indie Grand, they're probably made in the same place, they're just called Spice Magic. Can't remember where I got these from, might have been Farm Foods, but they're the same sort of ingredients, so no artificial like flavourings or anything. Lots of cream, yoghurt, spices. So I'm going to mix these two together. So we've got our jalfrezi, which is a medium heat, our tikka masala, which is mild, and then hopefully I've also got a little bit of Greek yoghurt if I need to, or a tin of coconut milk. If I do need to cool it down, I'll add one or the other of those if it's too spicy, but we'll see. So that is actually looking delicious. I should buy some spinach. I always mean to put spinach in, but I buy it and then it goes off and I don't use it. So I need to buy it, make this at the beginning of the week before it goes off. These potatoes are so red or orange, they actually look like carrots. So I'm gonna put this on to simmer and I'm gonna let all those flavours soak in, probably for about 20 minutes or so, and cook some rice in the pressure cooker, and then that's pretty much it. Hopefully this is not gonna be blow your head off spicy. So it's looking good, but I've decided to add some coconut milk. I can't do this with one hand because it's set solid. I'm going to need to put you down for this. So we've gone in with coconut milk because I just found it wasn't spicy, it was just tangy. And I don't want tangy, I want creamy. So I'm going to mix this through. I really need to just put you on a tripod, but I'm going to mix this through and then hopefully we will have a nice flavourful creamy curry. This is just my style of cooking. Throw everything in until it works. So here's our curry served up. It came out really well in the end with the coconut milk and it actually tastes really good. It's not too spicy, luckily. The boys have already had some, they've really enjoyed it. Just served it with some rice that I've done in the pressure cooker. It takes like 3 minutes plus like time to heat up and steam to release. So, and we've got loads and loads left over as well. So yeah, turned out okay in the end and smells amazing. So this next meal is one of our go-tos. If you're craving a doner kebab but you don't want the grease or the expense, then I highly recommend minted lamb burgers. They just hit the same kind of spot, but they're so much more satisfying. So I get the Taste the Difference ones from Sainsbury's. The fresh ones are slightly better than the frozen, but they're both very, very good quality. I get the Greek Kitchen flatbreads, unless I make my own, but I couldn't be bothered tonight. I make a mint yogurt dressing out of literally just Greek yogurt and mint sauce. Mix it together until you're happy with the taste. Some Nando's chili sauce and then lettuce, red onion. I like to put the fries on top and then sprinkle it all with feta as well. The reason there's 2 different types of fries is because one of my sons was actually out for the evening and then he decided he wanted dinner when he came home. So I whipped him one up quickly with the other fries that we had left. But this is something I really recommend if you are craving a takeaway and you specifically like doner kebabs, then try minted lamb burgers on flatbreads. Make your own Greek yogurt sauce and you won't be disappointed.
It's what you do, making me feel like